Hey, what's going on? It's Coach Johnny back. This week I'm going to solve one of life's great mysteries, the bro rep. You guys know what I mean. Those push-ups that start looking real nice at the top and then you only go down about halfway and then come back up. Those pull-ups where we start with the bent elbows, only make it up to eye level on the pull-up bar and then come back. Sure, bros can do hundreds of them and feel really, really strong. Most of us think that's the point, right? Hey, they're shortening the range of motion to do more work, or they may say that they're feeling a better pump from working those ranges. It turns out that there's a physiological principle called the length tension curve that actually shows that bros are just kind of obeying where they feel strongest. So on this curve, you'll see this side over here, and as we start going, it's going to go up, over, and then come back down the other side. So if we're looking at that left side of the graph, that is like your arm in a bicep curl being all the way open. We are recruiting very, very few muscle fibers in this position, but as we start doing that curl, we start going up the side of the graph. We're recruiting more and more and more and more fibers, but as you see, we start going over that arch, and there's kind of this plateaued spot where we're recruiting max amount of muscle fibers, and then we start going back down the other side. So in this end range, like if we look at a bicep curl where we're all the way up here, where the dumbbell is close to our arm, our muscle actually feels softer and weaker than where if we're in mid-range, right? And that's technically what that area of the length tension curve is called, where you're having maximum muscle contraction. It's called mid-range contraction. So the reason that bros do bro reps is just because they want to stay in mid-range, just because they're recruiting maximal amount of muscle fibers and they feel stronger and can probably do more weight there. If you look at a bench press, you see guys move it halfway. They'll definitely do more reps at 225 than if they have to go all the way. All well and good, right? You may actually get some strength gains from doing it that way. You may actually feel stronger that way. You may actually get a better pump. So when you go to the pool, you look freaking jacked, and all the girls or guys or whoever you love are chasing you. But there's a problem with it, and that is we always fail at the end ranges, or the ranges that we don't train. So if we look at bros doing mid-range bro reps all day, these short push-ups, when we ask them to go to full range, they're super weak. And then if we take them out and play a sport, right? Like if we look at football and you're doing bro range bench press all the time, and you have to go block a guy, and the guy moves and you reach out here to try and apply that force, you're not gonna be strong there, and you will either not get the block, or if you're super weak, you might get like a muscle tear or an avulsion where you're actually pulling tendon off bone. So the point is, let's not beat the bros up too bad. They're just doing what physiologically feels best for them. That being said, bros, do us all a huge favor and just do some reps at full range so you can be jacked, and also at the same time not be weak when you go to the gym and you have to do a full range of motion pull-up or a full range of motion overhead squat or back squat or any other movement. So have your cake, eat it too. Get jacked, feel strong, do bigger weight, but also be able to own those end ranges. Thanks for taking a little time hanging out with me. I hope this clears up and gets all those bros out there at the LA Fitness right now that are doing 350 or 3 plates, but only moving halfway on the bench off the hook a little bit. There's nothing wrong with you guys. We still love you. Thanks for checking me out. Come back next week for another great nerd tip.